No, step aside here. It's okay. I don't want to see
you. Just how big is the B&Q Big Sale? Complete burglar alarm for only £69.99. Culture pressure washer for only £95. Save £10 on this Bosch hammer drill. And save £30 on this Gainsborough shower. There's a third off selected kitchen units. Save £100 on this bathroom suite, and that's just part of it. The B&Q Big Sale.
It's big!
When you're looking for the best dessert ideas, there's only one place to come. Well, you know how big Americans are on dessert.
One Gold Rush pie, one blueberry pie, one Mississippi mud pie, pick up!
Excuse me, those look delicious. Do you do individual portions?
Over here, these are individual portions.
McVitie's new individual American Dream frozen desserts.
Just the right size for our Brits.
You have to go a long, long way to find a better dessert.
If you're going on holiday, you should be going to a place that'll give you something more lavish for your lira. What about a place that'll get you somewhere more palatial for your peseta? If this sounds like your kind of place, you should be going places. You'll get more holiday for your money. So, with our fantastic discounts, shouldn't you be going places with going places?
What lets you learn about the world in a whole new way? The Intel Pentium processor. It has the power to make PC software come alive with the sights and sounds that take you there, wherever there happens to be. The Intel Pentium processor.
Miller Brothers Mega Sale is now on with massive savings on hundreds of big brand names. Don't miss Miller Brothers Electrical Mega Sale today.
Agadir, 60 kilometers of beaches, 25 degrees in the shade. Morocco, a feast for the senses.
Don't miss New Year's week at DFS, because we've never had a sale like this before. Not only is every single item reduced, they're all free for a year. You save on everything, take 3 years free credit, and pay nothing for the first year. We're even doubling the discount on many items too. This sofa is just $397. This leather sofa is only $498. Never before. Sale prices, double discount, 3 years free credit, and everything free for a year. It must end 6 p.m. New Year's Day at DFS.
On the French Riviera, the first unit assembled at Monte Carlo to shoot on a spectacular prop. The futuristic stealth frigate, the pride of the French Navy.
We're in Monaco. This is the beginning of the movie where Bond is at the casino.
Vodka martini. Shaken, not stirred.
I'm called executive, sir. I'm the nuts and bolts man. Make sure that everything is put together. This is a stealth ship. She has a very low radar profile because she's mostly made of artificial materials. This is in fact her first overseas visit. The helicopter which you see from here, which is on the aft deck, is the next generation of battlefield helicopter being produced by Eurocopter, and that actually won't be in service with the German and the French governments till the year 2005. They have 4 prototypes that they're in the process of testing at the moment, and we have prototype number 1, which has completed its test program, and so they lent that to us.
You cannot screw around when you're dealing with a budget this large and a picture this large and a crew this large, and you really have to get it right. Preparation is everything.
My name's Bond. James Bond.
Ksenia Sergeyevna Onatop.
On the top?
Onatop.
It's at a reception on board this ship that the villainess, Xenia, steals the Tiger helicopter which loops the loop above the harbor at Monaco.
She's a Russian ex-Soviet fighter pilot, and she sort of is involved with a group called the Janus Group, and they steal the Goldeneye, and then, you know, a lot of things happen, and she gets involved with several different characters throughout the movie, people that she has to kill or do something nasty to, because it's a pretty evil character that I play.
Very still, please. And action!
I have a small surprise from your friends back at the barracks. It's a very bizarre character, and she's a person with extremes, and whenever somebody else would say, this is my limit, I'm not going any further, she would say, I'm gonna go full speed ahead, and she just, she doesn't have those kinds of limitations that normal people have. They're very similar in that sense that, of course, he, you know, James Bond loves women, he loves to shoot guns, he loves to drive fast, and she's a woman who loves men, and she loves to drive fast and shoot guns and all that kind of stuff. The first time, actually, you see my character in the movie is the first time Bond sees her as well. She drives a red Ferrari in the mountains.
I enjoy a spirited ride as much as the next girl, Billy.
Strengthened the film's realism by performing much of his own stunt work.
Running. Okay. 319, take 5. 3, 2, 1, action!
Polish-born actress Izabela Skorupko plays Natalia, a computer programmer who becomes accidentally embroiled in the world of espionage.
Trust me.
Trust you. I don't even know your name.
I think Bond girls always have been strong. It's just, I don't know, it's a trend, kind of. I think that question is always a little bit pathetic from journalists. Are you going to be stronger in this film? Because I heard that every Bond girl before every movie is saying the same thing, that my character is going to be much stronger this time. Of course we're strong. Bond women have always been strong, I think.
Who is behind your attack on Severnaya?
Who had the authorization code?
Russia may have changed, but the penalty for terrorism is still death.
And what's the penalty for treason?
Oh, stop it, both of you! Stop it! You're like boys with toys. She's got lots more energy than I have and ever had. She's always on the run and escaping through the whole film. It's really, really exciting. It's just amazing to see how much you can destroy in 1 second.
Got it?
Curry's biggest ever sale is now on. All the top brands and massive savings, like this Zanussi AquaSave dishwasher, save £80. Save £100 on this exclusive Philco auto washer, and £140 on this Candy frost-free fridge freezer. All with interest-free credit. Curry's biggest ever sale. Don't miss it.
For a limited period only, the Magnet half-price sale also has an extra 10% off. Magnet. Food for thought.
Come up and see me to make me smile.
Two identical suites in the sale. This one costs less than that one, guaranteed. This one's from Uno. That one isn't. The Uno sale is different. Get there now.
The Debenhams winter sale starts tomorrow, the 27th of December. Come to the Debenhams winter sale and don't be left out in the cold.
I'm about to make a very big commitment in my life. Things are going to be different. What, you found your wallet then? I'm having to stick the car in the paper.
No one's going to buy it.
You might as well wrap it in paper. I'm going to get an estate car.
Bill's not signed, Norman, no mates in the front.
You just know when the time is right. I want to just go for it. But what's the reason, man? Because I love her. Oh, nice one.
My son, Christopher, he worked on the film as an AD, third AD, second unit. His second job in the business. And he had to open the studio up numerous times. 4:30. He'd go in, he'd open it up, and one particular morning he heard these noises. It was in the gas plant, huge set, huge. And he heard these noises like, and it was Martin behind the tanks, running as Bond, running as Sean Bean. Scared the crap out of Christopher. He thought it was a burglar or something like that. But the man gets in there, and he prepares.
Focus on Bond. As he exits frame, we throw back to Chuckles dragging Natalia
No,
across.
that's from behind the truck, is it? He's dragging her out?
No, coming out from there.
building.
Out of the building in the
Which
car
is
park.
down the side, right? Okay,
Yeah, so they'll be
then.
mastered away. That door doesn't open, of course. No, it'll be a fine thing. Right, so we're through here, right? And so Bond will exit. As he exits through to them, let him blur through frame there, which will be my reverse cut. So he's kind of ducking as he comes through.
Action!
You were on your toes, because you didn't want to get a whipping from his tongue. He could cut you in half. He could just cut you in half. And, you know, if the prop is not there, then why isn't it there? Come on. Sharp as a knife, 110%. Come on, do it!
Cut it! Good!
it was great to do. And it's wonderful when you're tested like that.
Right, Rog, how'd that look?
It'll be all right. It's a bit of a light change.
Do you want to do film another one?
It's joy.
Stunt sequences are carefully planned and designed to be original. That often means that each new stunt sets a precedent. Certainly, nobody had attempted something like this before.
The whole scene is where Bond sees the heroine, his girlfriend, or the Bond girl, being carted away by one of the villains, and the only bit of transport available to him is a tank. So in this one, Bond steals a tank, comes smashing through a wall, and pursues the tank through the streets of St. Petersburg, observing the highway code, of course. And in the course of this, there are various things, obviously, that happen with the tank, such as smashing right down a brick alleyway, which is about 100 yards long. And then we come to this spot where he's weaving through the traffic. And this stage, what we're setting up for now is where he smashes through this truck. The Special Effects Department have also put charges on some of the cans, so you'll see the cans explode out of the truck and the tank come charging through, splitting the truck completely in two. And like everything with this tank chase, we're working in completely unknown territory, because none of us have ever, even with all the experience of many members of the crew here on big action movies, nobody's actually done a tank chase before. So just about every shot's a new experience. Like yesterday, the tank managed to go, instead of going through the wall down the alleyway, managed to go over a Panavision camera and finished up like an oil painting on the deck. So everyone brings a surprise.
The largest single soundstage built for the film housed the principal Goldeneye arena. These secret underground headquarters represent the main intersection of the information superhighway. The plot of Goldeneye reflects technological developments in today's world, and the set was designed accordingly with help from leading computer specialists. This sequence came toward the end of a production which had seen the director and the production team working for 110 days straight. But if the cast and crew were tiring, it didn't show.
I play Boris Ivanovich Grishenko, who is a very difficult person to pronounce, and is a Russian computer genius who is the brains behind this evil plot to do dastardly things to the world. And this is Arecibo, this whole bit, which is where the last bit of the film takes place when the evil plan goes into action. And I'd like to also tell you about the fact that my costume is, you see, my legs are quite to the forefront of my costume. And this is because it's the 90s now, and James Bond films, they don't exploit women's bodies, they exploit men's bodies. So I'm a Bond boy, really, and I'm happy with that.
Firing in the rehearsal.
Gun Cox.
Still no.
Stand by here. And really sharp down it. Here we go, and tighten those gaps. 3, 2, 1, fire! Now, that was rather interesting, that one, because it was badly lit. I'm sorry, I'm going to fire this man.
Like you talk about the directing.
Brilliant, darling. As cool as you can get. Well done.
Check the gate.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Well done, effects. Well done, Pierre.
Great stuff. Earplugs. Earplugs. That's what this performance is about, earplugs.
I was required to do a perfect swallow dive off the top of this dam from 700 feet. So I physically had to hold this position while hitting really an area in space that would enable me to track away from the wall all the time, and so limit the chances of me actually hitting the wall. People would walk along the top of this dam in absolute silence, and they'd tentatively peer over and go pale at the thought because this dam was awe-inspiring. They have a trauma clinic ready, an emergency helicopter to rush you there if it all goes wrong. And the vision that sticks in my mind is standing up there, and they've got all the cameras up to speed, and the assistant's just about to give me action. And I could see out of the corner of my eye this little Italian crane driver who looks pale with fright at the thought of what I was doing. And just as I was about to go, he does the sign of the crucifix. And, you know, you have to live with that sort of thing, and you realise that it's sometimes quite a crazy life you lead.
I think the important thing about Bond was that he was a great lover of the high life, but he could also murder without any remorse.
I suppose traditionally with Bond films, you know, there's never a lot of blood and guts flying about. That's not part of the genre, really. I mean, there's lots of guns being fired and there's lots of action and so on and so forth. But I don't think there's anything that would, I think it's tremendously exciting, but I don't think there's anything that would offend anybody.
When I feel his breath, Goldeneye.
With this particular film, Goldeneye, and my introduction to the world, I think it's pretty streamlined. And it's almost, I'd like to say, a classic Bond. I think we've adhered to all the points and issues that make this character work.
As a professional, one has to string the film together. One can't say, well, I'll have this look like a Toulouse-Lautrec painting, and then I'll have this look like a Rodin sculpture. If the two things don't fit, there's obviously no point in putting them together. So I think in any film you try and make everything follow on. And what I tried to do with the look of the film is enhance the reality and give it a slightly glamorous reality.
It's a traditional thing, of course, at the end of a film to say, oh, everybody was wonderful. There's always a couple you want to strangle, you know. But the truth of the matter is, on this one, they were all terrific.
You got one shot at this to get this right, so you better not screw it up.
When Martin wanted to do it, and I've done a lot of films with Martin, I knew that he and I would do what we wanted to do, and the Bond people were good enough to say, well, it's your film, you make it as you want to do it. And therefore that was terrific, because it meant we could bring all the best things that we had to all the best things that they had and bring them together in one place.
You'll never know how I watched you from the shadows of the sky.
I don't really know consciously what I bring to it. You have to look at the film to see that.
Does incredible things, can fly through the air. Death is always seconds, inches away.
It's a kiss.
It's a winner. It's really a great time in the cinema.
Welcome to Schofield's TV Gold, some of the funniest clips from some of television's best comedies.
Including George and Mildred.
You'll sit on the beach, sucking whelks.
And Alf Garnett. And And Smith & Jones.
Fancy a drink? Well, I'd love to, but this guy wants to take me to his hotel for the night.
And Les Dawson.
Have the shish kebab. Ever since we arrived.
Schofield's TV Gold, Thursday at 8:30.
And on this Boxing Day night, you'll find us in Emmerdale, next on Granada, for A Christmas to Remember.
The IKEA sale starts Boxing Day. They've got some amazing reductions. Don't miss it, will you?
Have you got a headache, or have you got a headache?
You don't have time for a headache in this job. You're constantly dealing with emergencies. But if I do get a headache, there's nothing better for me than Headaches Extra.
Headaches Extra. Fast, effective, easy to swallow. When you don't have time for a headache, take Headaches Extra. Have you got a headache, or have you got a headache?
I've got a headache.
Have you got a headache, or have you got a headache?
The House of Fraser Winter Sale, with generous reductions on top names, starts tomorrow at 8:30. As always, it's a cut above the rest.
Housing unit sale. There's no sale like it, and it's on now.
The idea of not having a timetable, no restrictions, you're travelling into France just as easily as you would travel up to Newcastle.
It's great to be going smoothly and on dry land.
As someone who vowed initially that they would never use a tunnel, I'm a complete addict to the thing now.
Speed is the main thing.
Put the seats back, relax a while.
First time and it's very good.
It's so quick, there's no customs on the other side, straight onto the motorway, across into France, and likewise back into the UK.
For our 1996 brochure, call 0990 700 800.
If you're going on holiday, you should be going to a place that'll give you something more lavish for your lira. What about a place that'll get you somewhere more palatial for your peseta? If this sounds like your kind of place, you should be going places. You'll get more holiday for your money. So, with our fantastic discounts, shouldn't you be going places with going places?